Hey guys, welcome to your pick a card reading. So, this is a pick a card that's going to be helping us to appreciate what's coming towards us for this upcoming um, eclipse season. We're about to cap off the eclipse season as of April 30th with two eclipses back to back. The first is going to be on April 30th, a partial solar eclipse in Taurus, and then it's going to be followed on May 16th by a full lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So we're going to see how these aspects are going to kind of handle us in these upcoming weeks, because we are about to be handled cosmically by cosmic forces. If you don't already know, if you haven't already started to feel the shift in the energy, it is coming, and it's coming in full force. So you guys might be asking yourself, well, what is an eclipse? And it's just eclipse activates your lunar nodes. Your lunar nodes are the aspects on your birth chart that are known as the north and the south node. Your south node is past life lessons, and your north node simply is your lessons that you're here to learn in this lifetime. So it's going to be activating these aspects and really getting us in touch with our higher selves and our purpose for being on this earth. So we're about to go into some very transformative times. So if you're not on your path, these eclipses are going to help you, to push you to the path that you're supposed to be on. So you might ask yourself, well, what's the difference between the two? Well, I'll say this: a solar eclipse always happens with the new moon. And a lunar eclipse always happens when the moon is at its fullest, which is a full moon. And so every year you can have anywhere between 3 and 7 different eclipses. And this year we have 4. And they're kind of, jockeying back between Taurus and Scorpio. So the first one, we cap off the eclipse season on the 30th with that partial solar eclipse in Taurus, followed on May 16th by a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And then towards the end of the year, we're back in Scorpio on October 25th with a partial solar eclipse. And then on November 8th, we're back in Taurus with a total lunar eclipse in Taurus. So that's going to help us to appreciate that those that have aspects such as me, my south node is in Taurus and my north node is in Scorpio, will be heavily affected by this transformation, the transformative energy that these eclipses are bringing. So a lot of our fixed signs will also be affected by this. So guys, like I said, this is going to be a pick a card reading, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, where you're going to get some insight on what's coming with this upcoming, eclipse season coming up on the 30th and then on May 16th. But we're going to mainly focus on the partial solar eclipse in Taurus. And then we'll be back in a few weeks with the full lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 16th. So that's kind of what's going on. Now, remember, Taurus is always a very reliable energy. It's an earth energy, so it's very reliable and it's very stable and it's very grounded, whereas Scorpio is very passionate. So you have complete opposites. Your nodes, your lunar nodes, will always be complete opposites. So they're going to be teaching you different lessons. So we're going to be focusing, like I said, in this particular pick a card on the Taurus aspects and what it's bringing, the major changes in our work and our love life and things like that it's bringing to us. So again, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some time to kind of meditate and close your eyes. And, when you open them again, try to look with your third eye and see which pile actually holds the messages for you. Ask your spirit guides, ask your ancestors to guide you to the pile that has the messages for you. Again, this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So I'll give you guys some time. So pile 1, if you pick this stone, this is the Taurus partial solar eclipse message for you. Now, your Moonology Oracle, the card that you received was look at the bigger picture. This is a full moon in Sagittarius. You received this card. So there's something that you are not looking at, pile 1. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You may be kind of pigeonholed in one viewpoint or one vantage point, and so Spirit is asking you to look at the bigger picture. Also, your affirmations card, it says, I know my worth and I do not settle for less. So that is an affirmation for you to kind of keep in mind with this energy that we're going into. Now, first card out, you have the Queen of Pentacles, then you have the Eight of Cups, you have the Fool card, you have the King of Wands, and you have the Lovers. So I feel like a lot of you guys are sitting in an energy where in the past you may have grappled with your worth. As this card says, you've learned the lesson of your worth. That's why you're sitting in this Queen of Pentacles energy. You've learned the lesson of your worth. You learned the lesson of who you are and not to settle for anything less than what you deserve as a person. A lot of you guys could have been suffering from codependency, looking externally outside of yourself for your emotional fulfillment. And you learned a very hard lesson, I feel like. The feeling that I'm getting, you learned that hard lesson. You had to walk away from things that you love but no longer served you. The Eight of Cups is not just walking away, but you're walking away from cups. Cups are all about that emotional connection. So you walked away from things that you did love, that you had emotional ties and connections to, and it might not have been an easy thing to do. That's why I said these were hard lessons that you had to learn. And you went on your spiritual journey with the Fool's card. With the Fool card. And I always tell people the spiritual journey is literally a journey to find yourself. It's simply that. It's a journey to find yourself. And you decided to take that leap of faith and to dive into the emotional pool that you might not have before. A lot of you guys, I feel like, were suppressors. You suppressed a lot of your traumas. You suppressed a lot of your heartaches. You suppressed a lot of your disappointments, and now you've been told by spirit, or you've been pushed by spirit to really kind of fall back and fall into that and start to process those things that have hurt you. The amethyst is closely related to the third eye, awakening, understanding the world around you, understanding your context in this world. And so a lot of you guys have come to understand your place along this journey and in this lifetime and in this moment here on earth. And that's why it says you now know your worth and you're not settling for anything less. So first of all, pile one, I have to commend you for that, because that in itself is a very difficult lesson to learn, to release codependency, to release things that really don't hold value in your life and that don't value you. And because of that, I feel like you're about to be rewarded. If you haven't already started release this energy, you will begin to. This Taurus energy, Taurus, like I said, is very reliable. Taurus is going to bring in a lot of grounded energy. It's going to make you take assessments of your life and where you need to make needed changes. So if you haven't begun to go on this journey, you will. The eclipse energy, in ancient times, our ancestors feared it. But we know now that there's nothing to fear. It brings a lot of change and a lot of transformation. I think that's what people feared, that it could be so dramatic. And this turnabout could be dramatic for the people that are in your life, because they might not have known you to stand as the Queen of Pentacles. Very grounded energy, very assured energy. She's very assured of herself, and she's not going to settle, as I said, for anything less than what she deserves. And you've learned that lesson, and a lot of people may not like the new you. And I'm going to say this, there's a saying that says, be careful of people who have issues with you when you set boundaries. Those are the ones who have no problem breaking your boundaries, breaking through. So if a person has a issue with how you're operating and you operating in your full authentic self, then that's their problem, not yours. And I think, pile one, that you have learned that lesson. And because you've learned that lesson, one of the rewards that will be coming out of this energy is very soon you will be meeting someone. It could be a possible fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could even be a Gemini. The lover's energy is a Gemini energy, but you're going to be meeting a divine soulmate that's going to come in with very passionate intentions towards you. And the spark that's going to be between you two, the spark that you feel when I get these two cards, is going to be electric. It's going to be electric. So like they said, look at the bigger picture. If you're struggling to step out of that codependent energy, if you're struggling to release things that no longer serve you, it behooves you to do so, pile one. It behooves you to do so, because the bigger picture is that when you know your worth, that is when you're going to find someone who understands and values your worth as well. So that is your eclipse energy reading for the April 30th partial solar eclipse in Taurus, pile one. So great job. Like I said, if you haven't already begun to kind of move into this energy, I feel like this eclipse will kind of push you into it, whether you like it or not. So just, yield to the change. Kind of, the Fool card, this is probably my favorite card out of all decks that depicts the Fool, because you're yielding, you're falling back, and you're allowing spirit to catch you. And that's what they're trying to get you to understand, to trust the process and trust that at the end of it all, at the end of this transformation, there's great things coming. You're going to find yourself and your worth, and then you're also going to find love. Thanks, pile one. Pile two, if you pick the green avertine, this is your pile. And so let's go ahead and get into your April 30th partial solar eclipse in Taurus reading. Again, that Taurus energy, pile two, is bringing in a lot of stability. Where there may have been a lot of chaos in your life, you're going to now see where things are starting to stabilize and kind of work themselves out. Spirit is telling you with your oracle card, it's time to breathe out. So again, there's eclipse energy brings definite changes, definite shifts, and they could be very drastic at times, very emotional. And pile two, I feel like a lot of you guys don't really like to operate in your emotions, and that could have you kind of staggering, kind of groping around in the dark, not understanding what's going on, not knowing which way to turn. And so Spirit is telling you to take this time and take care of yourself. Breathe out. Breathe out means to me meditation. It could be use of breath work. It could be taking a time out and making sure that you're practicing as much self-care as you need to, and honoring your feelings. Your affirmations card is all of my emotions are part of my human experience. So this is a time for you to honor what you're feeling, to process what you're feeling, not to deny it, not to stuff it, not to turn your back on it, not to act like you're not feeling or going through the things that you're going through and just trying to push through. It is now the time to kind of honor yourself with your oracle is telling me in the affirmations card. It's time to honor yourself. It's time to really examine your feelings so that they can be processed and you can move forward in a more assured and reliable way with that Taurian energy. Now you had the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Fire and the Ten of Wands, Ten of Fire. This tells me that you might be coming out of a situation where you were dealing with a player, somebody who had had a lot of passion for you, but a lot of in and out energy that was not there for the long haul, that was not there for longevity. And that may have taken its toll on you. And they're asking you to pile to move out of this energy as quickly as you can. Spirit understands that you have emotions. Like I said, all these emotions, and you might keep them bottled up, are part of this experience. This experience is here to teach you a lesson, to teach you to learn. It's for your soul's evolution. Everything that we go through, nothing is a coincidence. Everything that we go through is for a purpose. Even when we go through, pardon my language, shitty ass relationships, and we have to deal with shitty ass people. They're there to teach us a lesson, and they're telling us, don't stay too long in this energy. Do what you need to take care of yourself and to get yourself on a more, grounded footing, but also don't lose hope. I feel like a lot of you will step into this Queen of Earth energy, the Queen of Pentacles energy, and you'll put your focus on your material wealth, your material safety. And that's not such a bad thing to do. And you're going to walk away from this energy and walk right into something that is more conducive for your life. It may not be love at this particular time, pile two, but that's okay. I feel like your focus is going to be more on your material wealth and securing the bag, which, for me as a Scorpio, I'm like this. If I can't get love right, I'll take money. I'll take money. And I think a lot of you guys are going to honor those feelings of the disappointment of love, because I feel like you're coming out of a situation very quickly, very rapidly, and this energy will help you. The eclipse energy will help you to rapidly come out of that energy, not to stay too long. So don't resist it. Don't resist the urge of falling into the entrapment of being a victim. Empower yourself by understanding that this experience was here for a reason, and that was to teach you a lesson. Learn the lesson, and then come out stronger for it. Come out stronger for it, and I feel like most of you guys will. So again, that's your lesson, pile two, for this the April 30th Taurus, the partial solar eclipse in Taurus. That is your lesson, and that's what's coming towards you. So use this energy as a way to really kind of catapult you into your abundance, into your material wealth. Material wealth, because Taurus, that Taurian energy is all about abundance. So use it to kind of bring in and manifest um, your wealth. And I think, like I said, as far as love goes, it's not the right time. This Eight of Cups energy is giving me a divine timing pause almost. So it's not the right time for love, but that's okay. While you're waiting for love and for that time limit, that time delay to be lifted, focus on your money. And I think you'll actually have a lot of success in doing so. Hey, pile three, if you chose the rose quartz, this is your pile. So pile three, I'm going to go ahead and start with your oracle and your affirmations card. Your Moonology oracle says that it's time to release negativity, the full moon in Scorpio, which is interesting because I feel like the beginning of this solar eclipse energy, which is beginning on April 30th, and will culminate on May 16th in the full moon in Scorpio. You're going to see a lot of transformation. You're going to see Scorpio is all about transformation. So I feel like out of all the piles, you guys will see the most transformation out of everybody. You're about to go through a very dramatic change. Almost a dramatic upgrade. Your affirmations card says, I strengthen my inner world to meet my outer world with grace. So this is going to be a lot of internal work that you are going to be pushed into doing. This is a divine opportunity that's being given to you with this Ace of Wands. Very passionate opportunity to very much so revamp who you are. Who you are. A lot of you guys are in a state where you're single. You're working on yourself. You're working hard to ground yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys are on. You may even feel stagnant in the course of your spiritual journey, or even in love. You may feel some stagnation, but that stagnation is only a pause. I'm gonna say this: it's only a pause because shit is about to get real. You're about to step into this Queen of Swords energy, and you're going to step into an energy of emotional fulfillment, finding the things that emotionally fulfill you and that will restructure you internally so that who you are on the inside will catch up with who, your internal person will actually catch up with this outer appearance or this outer shell that you show the world. So you're going through a very transformative time to where it's almost like you're catching up with yourself and you're stepping into your authentic power. This Queen of Swords, she is who she is. She knows who she is. She's very fair about it. She speaks her mind. She speaks her truth. And she's not afraid to cut away from things that don't serve a purpose for her. And I feel like a lot of you guys will begin to release, especially with this full moon energy coming on Saturday. In Libra, you're going to start looking at aspects of your life that are out of harmony, that are disjointed, and bringing them back into harmony. And then when this eclipse energy kind of hits on the 30th, you're going to be stepping into a power where you're going to be looking for what emotionally fulfills you. You're releasing things that no longer have any kind of emotional connection to you or emotional tie to you, and you're looking for things. Guys, when I always pull this, when I always pull the Nine of Cups, I always tell people this. Like cats have 9 lives, and people, we're given 9 cups, and we're given 9 cups of emotional fulfillment, and it is our responsibility to fill those cups up. And you can fill these cups up with whatever you want them to be filled with. If it's your career and it brings you emotional satisfaction, fill it. If it's your family, your children, and they bring you deep emotional satisfaction, fill it. If it's a passion of traveling, cooking, whatever, it could be needlepoint, I don't give a damn. Whatever fills you up emotionally, that is what Spirit is calling on for you to do. And that's what's going to help with this transformation in changing that your inner world to meet your outer world. No longer will you be, a lot of you guys might have felt divided. A lot of you guys might have felt like you were living, they're saying imposter syndrome, where you weren't quite stepping into authentically into who your purpose is. And I feel like with this eclipse season starting with the eclipse on the 30th, you're going to be, you have no other choice. So it's easier just to release the negativity and release the things that no longer serve you, so that it makes this transition a hell of a lot easier, folks. It's going to make this transition a hell of a lot easier, and you're going to come out of this stuck and stagnant energy and into a more forward movement. Swords for me is always forward moving energy into your wish fulfillment. So guys, pile 3, that is your April 30th, partial solar eclipse in Taurus reading. I hope it resonates with you. Guys, if it resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload more content, or when I go live for personal readings on here. Also, in the description box below, you're going to find my cross-platform information for my TikTok, my IG, my Facebook. Please join us over there as well. We do have a nice presence on TikTok, and there's a lot of fun videos that I do offer on TikTok. I try to bring them over here as well, but you'll find a lot more content over there. Also, my website will be in the description box below if you would like a full reading. It is a 30-minute video chat where we will sit face to face. It's not something that I record or anything like that. We will sit face to face, and you can ask as many questions during your session as you need to, and we will dig around in your energy to find the answers. So that can be purchased and booked on my website, as well as we do offer monthly rituals. One that's coming up is a cleanse and clear for those who are trying to release emotional ties to a person, place, or thing, to your past, a generational curse, a hex, anything like that. It helps you to get out from under it, as well as we have a protection ritual that's coming up next week on Tuesday. So for those, because we're going into such high cosmic times, protection is needed. With elevation comes separation, and new levels come new devils. So that is being offered, as well as a ceremony on the 30th, on the eclipse, the partial eclipse in Taurus, to help you to release things. It's the burning bowl ceremony that's going to help you to release and recall your energy. So all those are being offered. And then, guys, too, we do offer a tarot class. So if you would like to learn tarot, we have a 3-day intensive tarot class that's going to teach you the major arcanas, the minor arcanas, the court cards, such as the Queen of Swords, how these players, the people, figure into the story, as well as the symbolism, the astrology, and the numerology of tarot. So you're going to get a lot of information and a lot of material that's going to help you to read tarot intuitively. So all of that is found on my website, which is www.orialchemy.com. You can go out there and you can sign up for anything. If you have any questions, please hit me up below. Interact with me below. Tell me if this resonates with you. Tell me which pile you picked, and if you found it enlightening for yourself. And, just interact. The more we interact, the more they're going to push this out to more people and grow the channel. So, guys, help me to do that. Again, if there's anything you need, hit me up below. I will respond. All right, guys. Thank you.